Hi, this is Century 7, and I want to show you how to utilize the new release wall here in this video. So if you watched the prior video utilizing the media grid, that's been changed. We're no longer utilizing the media grid, so please disregard everything we mentioned before, and I'm sorry if you watched that long video. I apologize. But here we're at the new release wall page, and you'll see there's nothing on it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, I could either click on Edit here or Edit Page up here. I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit down here. And this is going to take me to the new release wall page. And you're going to notice something different here. As opposed to the normal editor that we have a button up here called Visual Composer. Okay? And when you're in the new release wall, if you see this regular composer, come over here and click right above Add Media, come over here and click on Visual Composer. And what it's going to do is it's going to give you this Visual Composer. And the second thing you're going to do is come over here to Templates, click down, and click New Release Wall. And that's going to bring in a bunch of pre-formatted elements, okay? And let me explain what these elements are. First, up here we have a text block, and in that text block we have the date, and it's been formatted. Here we have a separator, which is a line, okay? And then we have 8 separate single images that are all 160 by 205 pixels apiece. And then we have another separator line. Now I'm just going to go ahead and click Update just so you can now take a look at the page and see what this looks like. So we're going to go ahead and open this up in a new page. And now you're going to see as you come down, now you're going to see there's a date up here. There is a horizontal line here. There are 4 images, 160 by 205, and there's a horizontal line here. Now, none of these go anywhere because they're not actually, all these are placeholders. Now, in the visual editor, there's a few things you need to know, okay? One, all of these things are drag and drop. I could drag and drop and then hit update, and now you're going to see when I come back to the page and I actually refresh it, you're going to see that now I have this bar above the date. It's as simple as that in the Visual Composer to change things around. Just a simple grab them and drag them and drop them and then update the page. Okay, that's pretty simple. And it can work with any of these elements that you see. It doesn't matter what it is. I can take this block right here if I want to. Okay, and I can move this over here to this block and drop it into here if I wanted to, up here, okay, and put 2 of those in the same block. But I don't want to do that. I just want 1 of these in each block, and these are images. You'll see buttons down here, plus buttons, and edit buttons. These buttons edit the block. When you hover over the image, you'll see you get a pencil and a little clone single image, and then an X to get rid of the image. Okay, so you see what you get here is it depends on what you're going to be editing. If I want to edit the box around the image, then I edit this. But I don't want to do that in this particular interface. This stuff is already styled and this doesn't need to be changed. What we're interested here in here is the single image, and then we're also interested in these particular rows. We're also interested in we can remove rows and clone rows. And let me explain why that's interesting. Okay. By default, we have 8 of these here. Now, if I didn't want 8 of those, if I only wanted a row of 4, I would just click like that and hit OK, and that's going to delete that section. Now, I've got 4 here, but what if I only have 3 coming out? Okay, that means that I'm going to need to get rid of this too. So here, and that's going to get rid of that image. Now, this leaves this row, and it leaves this, this leaves this container in this row. As you saw before, I clicked this, okay, and it got rid of the whole row. Okay, all right, we don't want to do that. Okay, we can't get rid of this because our row's been divided into 4. We'll explain about that in a later video that's not relevant here. But so we want to leave this because we're going to need to leave it for formatting. Let me explain why. Now I'm going to click Update and go ahead and come to the page and refresh the page. And now you'll see, now that I've refreshed the page, now you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, and they're formatted. We've got a nice blank spot over here. And we want that. That's what we want in our formatting. If not, if we didn't have that, then all of these 3 would be divided equally and they would get skewed because they would kind of look funny. They wouldn't look correctly. They'd look fuzzy because they would actually have to increase the size of the images. And we don't want to do that. So you can add and remove as many of these as you want. I'm going to show you here now. I didn't want to remove that. I'm going to show you about the clone feature. Okay, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click Clone Single Image. It's going to drop that down below, and I can just drag and drop and add that over there. Now, let's say I did, let's say I did need that other row. Okay, all of a sudden now I put in 4, but now all of a sudden, our distributor says now we've got 3 more that I need to add. Okay, I'm going to come right up here to this little thing that says clone this row. I'm going to click that, and it's going to clone that entire row for me right down below. And then I could come over here and just get rid of that, and then I could have my 3 just the way I wanted right there. Okay, so I'm going to remove that because we're not going to need that, and I'm going to show you how to input. Now I'm going to show you, first things first, is you're going to want to change the date. I'm going to come over here. The next date says usually comes out on Tuesday, so that's going to be the 9th. So I'm going to come over here, and I want to edit this. I don't want to edit this, and I don't want to edit this. I want to edit the same block that the text is in. So I hover over that block, and I get my controls for that block. I can delete it, I can clone it, or I can edit it, and I want to edit it. Now you'll see your familiar WYSIWYG editor, and you'll just come right in here. And this is for 13, and it is the 9th of the 4th month. And then we just click Save. And now that's changed that for us. Now down here, now we need to change these images and also give them a link. So once again, we don't want to delete it, we don't want to clone it, we want to edit it. Here we've got our images. Here we can give it a title. We don't want to give it a title. Image size is already inputted. We want to leave that alone. The only things we're interested in is image links and the actual images themselves. First thing I'm going to do is change the image. So I'm going to click this little X up here to get rid of that placeholder image because we don't need it. And I'm going to click this, and I'm going to upload files, select files, and I'm going to come over here and click on our example DVD cover and let that upload and hit Set Image. Now for the image link, I already have this over here, which is a link to the Amazon version of it. You can put whatever link you want, but remember to copy in the whole link. Okay, and remember that it needs to say HTTP and so on and so forth. Now I'm going to get rid of a portion of the Amazon link here that's not going to be needed. You're going to notice after you get Blu-ray various blah blah and you're going to get a number, then you're going to get this dash, and then you're going to see REF equals, and that's a refer information, and you don't actually need that information to actually get to the to this page here. As a matter of fact, I'll show you. I'm just going to go ahead and take that off and click enter, and you're going to see it's going to bring me to the exact same page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You don't have to do that. You can just copy and edit in there, but if coming off Amazon, you're probably going to have a refer string, and I just think that it's for me, I just think that it's better to remove that, but you don't have to. You can leave it in there. It's automatically going to give the link target of a new window, which means it's automatically going to open it up in a new window. Okay, then you want to leave this class here. This is necessary for styling purposes, and then you just click Save. Okay, then you would do that to each of those images. You would come in and you would get rid of that image, and you would add another image either from the library or whatnot, and then you would come in here and you would give the link. And once again, I'm going to remove that refer string off the end of Amazon. I don't think it's necessary. We got new window and new release wall. That's all we want, and we click Save. And once we're done with done doing all of that, we just click Update. Sorry about that. Come over here and let the page finish updating there. Come over here and click Refresh, and now you'll see we have our rosters. Now we don't have any links because we haven't set these up, but you'll notice here we do have links, and when we click on it, it goes right to Amazon, to the page that we wanted it to go to. So simple as that. And like I said, if you're adding, you have let's say you've got another week in here. All you do is just come down to Templates and click New Release Wall, and it will add that next one in directly. Everything, add that complete template in directly below this one right here, and you can add them as many times as you need. And when you want to remove elements, you just come down and you just remove all of the elements in this section, and that's it. Simple as that. You'll see the elements. You'll go right up to, you'll begin removing the elements. You'll begin removing a separator. You'll remove your rows of images, and then you will remove the header for that particular template, which is going to have a divider and it's going to have a text block. And remember, when removing rows, we X those out right there. And when cloning rows to add another row, We click that and it will clone that row for us. Now remember, if we've already got images in there that we've already changed, it's actually just going to clone those, and then we're going to have to go in there and change those links as well. But when you initially bring out the template, it's just going to have all of those placeholder images just ready for you to replace. So that is the new release wall. If you have any questions, or if anything is not, or if you need any further clarification on any features, just let us know.